I had this discussion with a friend of mine that doesn't matter what I would study and what business I would be in today, I would become the top 1%. And you know that if you are like that, you're the same. Because it's exactly the same for your physique, your health, your love life. It's exactly the same thing for all parts of life. If you are a killer, you're going to win regardless. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter what you do. You're always going to make it work in any realm that you want to study, that you want to win in. And so we run a YouTube marketing agency. So if you see a large entrepreneur like Ken McElroy or Robert Kiyosaki, when they post a video on YouTube, we are behind that. We do the packaging, we do the scripting, we do the editing, we do everything. And a lot of high likelihood that if you see any large entrepreneur on YouTube right now posting a video, that we are behind it and that we're generating a bunch of money with those videos, because that's why they hire us. And if I would do copywriting, if I would do filming, if I would do music, I don't really have a good voice, so maybe I wouldn't do music myself. But if I would help someone else with music, I would be very, very sure that I would be very, very good at it. And that's not arrogant, that's just your belief systems. Because when I started entrepreneurship, I was the other way around. I had zero confidence and I didn't have any proof or evidence that I was like that. But once you start working like you're like that, bro, what the fuck is my camera doing? Okay, yeah, now it's fixed. Once you start moving that way and you build evidence and you constantly confirm to yourself that you are that type of person, then you will automatically start believing it. Because confidence is just a track record of proven effort. So if I go to the gym for 5 days a week for 1 year straight, I can confidently say that I'm a gym goer. But those first 5 days of the year that I go to the gym, fucking hell, what the fuck is this camera doing? Oh, there it goes. Okay, let me fix this, because now it should be good. Anyway, the first 5 days of the year, I never went to the gym. And now I go to the gym 5 days a week for a year straight. That first week, I'm not gonna say to anyone that I'm a gym goer, because I'm not. I have zero evidence based on that I'm a gym goer. But now, after 4 or 5 months, 6, 7 months, I can confidently say that I'm a gym goer because I have the evidence. I confirmed to myself 6 months in a row that I'm a gym goer. So now it's part of my personality. And the other side of the coin is it's evidence, but it's also just retarded amounts of belief in yourself. So based on the input that I'm putting every day into the business, it is stupid to believe that I'm never going to make it. I focus so much on failing and getting better. I have so many iterations in the business that I'm in that it's impossible for me, if I don't improve every single day, obviously, if I improve every single day and I keep on going, it is literally impossible for me to not make it work. Because if you fail every day and you learn from it, eventually you're going to be so good that you're going to be good. And I feel like if you're still watching this video, you're exactly the same way. You just know. You know, I saw this podcast from Pierre Curry. He's a friend from Brass Skills. You probably know him. Maybe you know Pierre as well. He had this discussion going on that success or ambition is genetic. I knew just directly when I got introduced to entrepreneurship, I knew I was gonna make it. Zero doubt. I knew it. I was so confident. I was making $500 per month, and I went up to my parents. I'm gonna make 200 grand a month in a year. That didn't end up happening, but I'm gonna do it next year. But I was so confident that I eventually was going to make it work. And I genuinely don't know if it is genetic. I definitely think it's based on the environment that you surround yourself with. Because if I would have never watched those videos, I probably would have never believed that it's possible. But because I've watched videos from people that said that success is very easy to achieve and that money is not scarce and that having a top physique is easy to get and blah blah blah, that made me believe it as well, because I surrounded myself with content. So in this case it's content, but it could also be friends, it could also be family, whatever. That way I started believing that it was possible. So this video is basically a bunch of yapping, but I wanted to make this one because I'm curious what other people think about this. And I know if I put my mind to something, and let's say tomorrow I want to be a super viral rapper, I might not have the voice for it, but I definitely know what's necessary. It's just effort based. If you want to become a viral rapper, you need to have 80% of the ingredients of a normal rapper and 20% uniqueness or authenticness or whatever you want to call it. There was a rapper in the Netherlands that went viral, and he went viral because he had 80% of the ingredients and he did 20% different. So he was still talking about money, girls, all those things, but he added something which is a different camera angle. So he put his camera like high in the corner with a fish eye lens, so it stood out on Instagram Reels because he did it on Instagram Reels. He had a very high quality camera, so it stood out. Like in Instagram Reels, when you're scrolling, you see medium quality camera all the time, and then randomly you see super HD high quality camera. And he showed what he was talking about. So if he was rapping about chocolate bars or money or a shoe box or a girl, like he would literally show it in the reel, in the Instagram Reel, what he was talking about. So he had like a shoe box filled with cash. He had girls in the background. He had a chain. He had cash, like liquid cash, paper cash, and he was showing what he was talking about. But for the rest, it was a very normal rapper. He just had a good flow, blah blah, not special at all. But he did something different. So I'm confident that if you understand the first principles and the effort of a certain job, that you can always make it work. So do with this video whatever you want. I don't really give a shit, but I know that if you're the top 1%, you will make it regardless.